I moved from African community after high school to African American community to prepare for my future. I do have like amazing mentors that I go to, and they put me through because I clearly know I haven't been fortunate enough to be able to get a roadmap or a footprint. So I always refer as a beacon of light, making ways for others. That necessarily does not mean that there hasn't been anyone that have walked in my road, but the willingness to come back to help someone else is what I haven't seen. So just me having the willingness to be a beacon for others, and while learning from the African American community has been a great plus for me.
Breaking the silence, taking the dive in. Nikki pulling strings like she playing the violin. Made in his likeness, radiant vibrance. Give him all glory, ain't no way to deny it. She gon' make you laugh, she gon' stimulate your mind. Making things shake, she ain't in no wasting time. They can come close, but can't imitate the grind. Got a different way to illustrate and innovate designs. BTS podcast, gotta watch that. Teaching us the game, that mean Nikki got class. If you watch it once, you gon' wanna stop back. This an opportunity that you cannot pass. Unleash your inner voice, cause better days coming. Better days, get ready for better days. Better days, better days. Better days, get ready for better days. Better days, better days.
Welcome back to the Breaking the Silence podcast, where real stories are told, voices are heard, and healing begins. I'm your host, Arthur Nikki Nicole, and this is the place where we turn pain into purpose and purpose into power. And today's guest is a powerful voice with a passion for justice, purpose, and storytelling. Now, I told her I was going to mess up her name, so I'm not going to say it because I still feel like I'm going to mess it up. But I'm going to let her pronounce her name for you. But she is a first generation Nigerian American whose journey into the world of criminal justice was driven by a deep curiosity about systems that truly work and how they impact lives every single day. She holds a master's degree in the Homeland Security with a concentration in criminal justice from the American Military University, along with a bachelor's degree with honors in criminal justice and a certificate in forensic studies. She's currently working within the justice system where she brings both knowledge and lived experience to the table. But beyond her professional work, she's also a writer. She uses her voice to share stories to inspire, challenge, and spark meaningful conversations. So get ready for a powerful dialogue as we dive deep into her journey, her purpose, and how she's using both justice and creativity to make an impact. So after her countdown, please welcome this amazing woman to the platform. See, I told you when I got up there, I said I'm going to mess up her name, so I'm not going to say it. So tell everybody a little bit more about your journey and your name the right way.
Sure. My name is Chinyere Martha Udeh. A U it is a U, a day. You put it together, then you get Uday. I'm a first generation Nigerian American, has been in America for almost 20 years now and worked in our justice system, currently in Maryland and exploring other places to hopefully move in the future.
All right, so I'm gonna start here. When did you
Okay.
fall in love with the pen and the paper?
It was in 2019, um, when I was fighting to keep my job as a correctional officer and to prove the state medical doctor wrong that I could read, write, and speak English because a false medical documentation was provided saying that I couldn't read, I couldn't write, I couldn't speak English because I was an immigrant, and the doctor authorized my former department to terminate my employment based on a false medical documentation. So by me writing, it's like me trying to prove him wrong and hopefully to keep my job, which never happened, by the way. I still got fired.
Oh, that's crazy. All that, and they still terminated you.
Exactly.
So now, at what point did writing go from something you enjoyed to something that you knew you had purpose behind it?
To be honest, ever since that incident happened, every book that I have written, I leave some part of me in there to still prove that I could read, write, and speak English. So it hasn't left. I always leave it in each and every book that I have written.
Now, you've written 15 books and published, well, written 16 but published 15, correct? That's a lot
Yes.
of books. So now, take me back. Take me through the writing process. When you sit down to write, how does that process work? Do you have to be in a quiet environment or it just naturally just comes to you?
Normally, I always tell people that my writing skill came as a gift than anything else. It wasn't even part of my to-do list as a human. So what happens is the information that I'm supposed to talk about and the book title downloads inside my brain. My job is just to print it out into the real time, just the way that my brain gave it to me. So that's how my writing is.
So now I know this is probably gonna be like choosing between, if you have children, choosing between your children, but out of all the books that you've written, which one is your most favorite book out of all of them?
I would say, um, I would say this coming book, Corporate Corruption and Its Unspoken Rules. I feel like it is.
So why is that your favorite one and it's not even out yet?
It's just the massive weight and the meaning that it carries and the relatability. It's not like other of the books are not relatable. This hit home for me because this is like my first real life experience book other than the other book that I have written on inspired true life event. This is a true life event of someone, and majority of what everyone is going through in corporate American workforce, but don't just have a mind to just sit down and write about it. So that's how it just hit home for me, and I feel like this is my best.
So now how did the experience in the justice system influence what you chose to write about in your other books?
It just also majority like my author's brand is more centered around my career in criminal justice and seeing and learning and witnessing the disparity in the system. That is the moving force behind me writing books like Guilty or Not Guilty, A Work for Justice, When the Law Goes to Sleep, just highlighting what is going on that people has been numbed about or think that nobody else cares, just to amplify it in a storytelling form.
Wow. So now how does it feel now to be that voice for people? Because sometimes, people have more impact than they know. And you're a voice for those people that went through these things. And then you're also bringing your experience. So how does it feel to be that voice to put it out there to the atmosphere?
To me, it's personal. To me, it's just like a call of duty, to myself and to others, because it's not everyone that is gifted in the area of storytelling, nor in the area of just boldly coming out and saying what everybody is going through or are thinking, you know. So I just say it's more like a call of duty and gift, I guess.
I love how you put that. You said a Call of Duty. I got to take
Yeah.
that from you. I like that. So now, can you share one of your experiences, that led to you writing, these novels about, your experiences? Can you share experience that really led you to say, you know what, I need to really do this. This is my calling.
Um, again, seeing the inequality and disenfranchising, it sometimes is hard to watch. Most people have normalized these things. It's not normal, at least to me. It is hard and painful to watch. And that's another moving force to that aspect. It just somebody have to do something at this point.
Yes, I agree. I agree. But you know what? We all bleed the same. So I don't understand why there's so much inequality, out there because we all are the same in one. We are.
I
We
don't get
bleed
it.
the same.
I don't understand. It's sometimes it's very confusing to me.
Hmm. It can be. So now, what was it like putting, your truth on paper, especially with your books being, from experience? What was that like, being how, because sometimes, when you put your experiences on paper, it's hard for you to open up about things. It's hard for you to really truly say how you feel about things. And sometimes you got to open up wounds to do it.
Well, one thing that I always say to myself is someone else is going through this and someone else will be going through this. At least somebody has to say something, for the next man coming behind me to understand I am not alone in this. And for the one that was in front of me that never said something to hopefully come back and say, oops, I got more to say. At the end of the day, I believe that somebody have to start the movement.
Yes, yes, I agree. I agree. So now you talked about being the first generation Nigerian American that shaped the way that you tell stories. How does that feel? Because to me, being the first sometimes brings along pressure. But how do you feel being in those shoes?
To be honest, it has been quite an interesting journey, knowing that I do not have a roadmap. Um, but I have partnered with the African American communities to learn from them. I moved from African community after high school to African American community to prepare for my future. I do have like amazing mentors, that I go to, and they put me through because I clearly know I haven't been fortunate enough to be able to get a roadmap or a footprint. So I always refer as a beacon of light, making ways for others. That necessarily does not mean that there hasn't been anyone that have walked in my road, but the willingness to come back to help someone else is what I haven't seen. So just me having the willingness to be a beacon for others and why learning from the African American community has been a great plus for me.
Wow. So now I've never been to Africa, which I would love to go one day. But how different is things here in America versus being in Africa?
You mean how different is it? a uniqueness. It's quite a uniqueness, but I have managed to bridge those two gaps. Um, it's just quite a uniqueness of it. Um, but and it has its perks as well. Um, some of the things that I do encounter is sometimes people associate your accent as your abilities and capabilities, which is wrong.
Wow.
An accent is just where you are coming from, not the overall outlook of who you are as a person. So that is a different and the negative side of coming from Africa or from the continent and being in this career field that I am in, because you're going to be doubted a whole lot just for the way you talk in your name. So that's another disadvantage.
Wow. I did not know that. Wow. Just from your accent, people, people got to change. so now,
Hallelujah.
so now we got to move into and talk about, y'all. She's an entrepreneur too. I know she's amazing, right? So let's talk about All Martha's Writers LLC. What inspired you to create it, and what does it mean for you to help others tell their stories through it?
Well, when I created All Methods, I have one thing in mind, and that thing in mind is to be a protector and a voice for others. When I was going through my own journey in life, I never had a protector or an advocator. And I say to myself, once I get through this, I will create a platform where I can navigate other people to tell their story. Most times I believe that the rich also cries, but you have to make them to cry in a proper way, which is putting a pen and a paper to what they did to you. And that is where all Martha's uh, came into effect to help the unseen, unheard, marginalized voices to be themselves and tell their story, confront their abusers for who and what they are. Bullies,
Wow.
you know.
That's
So yeah.
powerful. That's powerful. You said you believe the rich cry too.
Mhm. If
That's a
you
gem.
pinch them the correct way, they will cry.
I like that. I like that.
You cannot. I always tell my clients when they come and they're saying they're gonna get a lawyer, which is good. But mind you, you are fighting someone that has more money, more influence, more social status than you with the same equipment. We gotta use a different equipment that will penetrate them more faster and easier than anything else, and which is writing, making it public, calling them out for it, amplifying the issue, as a result of that, making them to come hopefully to understand, that we are humans.
We're human. We go through things. We all go through things. Some just
Yeah,
hide them better than others. That's it.
exactly.
That's
Exactly.
it.
And the other time I was talking to a friend of mine and I told that my friend that I am a firm believer that rich should leave the poor alone. That you living in a glass house does not mean you should throw a stone at someone that is living in a mud house, because out of anger, the mud house person will pick up a stone and throw at your house and mess up your expensive stuff inside the house.
I'm
and
not able
that
to
is
put that.
where And that is where all Marthas come. We are the people living in the mud. We will throw a stone that will mess up your expensive things through writing.
hmm That's true. That's true. That's true. That was man. If the
Sure.
system you once worked in could read your books right now, what do you think they would say about you right now at this moment?
They're gonna cover their faces with shame to start with. you know, um, one thing is when you underestimate and undermine somebody, that is the beginning of your failure as a person. So, so it's more like covering their shame.
Never underestimate people because you do not know what people are capable of.
Exactly.
And some people learned the hard way. They learned the hard way.
What? Yup.
So this is my least favorite part of the show, the last question. I hate to get to the last question.
Oh,
If
okay.
the system had a voice, would it agree with your story or would it try to silence it?
Um, it depending on whom is managing the system. So, if the person that is managing the system has integrity, they will embrace it. But if they don't, they will try to silence it. So it all depends on who is managing the system.
Now that's true. I never looked at it that way. You're right. Integrity, but I always say integrity is everything. Everything. It's either gonna make you or break you. One, two.
Exactly.
So now it's the moment where I pass the mic to you. I'm gonna do the countdown, and when we come back, it's gonna be you up here. I want you to let everybody know how to find your books, what's coming up next in your journey, how to follow your journey, how to connect with you after the countdown. So before I pass the mic, I just want to say thank you. I am grateful to be able to converse with some amazing people doing amazing things every day and share them with you so you can know about these people. So thank you for showing up. Thank you for listening. Thank you for supporting Breaking the Silence. It means the world to me. So if this space has inspired you, challenged you, or made you feel seen in some type of way, do me a favor. Subscribe to this channel, like this episode, share it with someone who needs it, and drop that comment. Let me know you're here because I want to hear your thoughts. It keeps these conversations going. So now, let me pass the mic so you can know how to get in contact with this amazing guest. So let's get back into this episode.
Yes. So you can actually reach me on social media at all Martha's Writers or author Chinyere Udeh. You can browse on Google search and find our company, our YouTube channel, and everything about me, the company, the work that I do, and everything else. Thank you all for having me.
Well, thank you so much for coming and supporting Breaking the Silence. I look forward to whatever else you have coming out next. So when does the next book drop?
I mean, this upcoming or my next one because I'm writing a book titled "Married to a Cop," just amplifying what women and men go through marrying a law enforcement personnel. That's the new project that I'm working on.
Wow. Now, what inspired that story?
I used to be a frontline person as a correctional officer, so and I'm still in the system, and I do know the toll that it takes on our service members, whether it's a male or female. And I feel like it's time to tell the story.
Wow. I love it. Well, let me know when you release that next book so I can find a way to support you on your journey as well. If there's anything that I can do to further your journey on my end, please let me know. I'm only an
Mm.
inbox away. You know that. I'm only an inbox. So
Sure,
thank you
thank
once
you.
again. You're welcome. And thank you to everyone else out there that's tuning into this amazing episode today. I hope y'all heard some of those gems that she dropped today. Because she dropped a lot of them, y'all. She said the rich even cry. Okay? So I hope today's conversation has left you feeling seen, heard, and inspired. Remember, your story matters, your voice matters, and healing begins when we stop suffering in silence. So until next time, keep speaking your truth, keep showing up for yourself, and keep breaking the silence because healing starts when we do what? Speak. Later, everybody.
Better days, slowly but surely it's a better space that'll waste my mind, so I meditate till I levitate, I elevate when I learn not to hesitate no more, keep moving forward, chase my goals and focus more towards it, hate the lows but I need those to flourish, place my goals in front, that's what's important. So I ask myself what inspires me, breaking out of my shell, feeling yo shot quiet me, and now I'm breaking the silence like I'm Nick in the cold, let's go. Promise you gon' see better days. Gotta keep going till you see them. Promise you gon' see better days. You gotta keep going till you see them.